Hey guys, it's Tinker Tailor here bringing you another build today. Today we are actually doing this build in one part, which I'm super thankful for, because recently I've been doing them in multiple parts. I'm just not a huge fan of doing it in multiple parts. I'd rather just do it in one and done. But this build is actually a rebuild of a previous build that I've done. So one of my very early on builds, I'm gonna have to go find it. One of my very earliest builds, I believe, is it's my fifth video, fourth build, is called Under the Sea, and it's just a build where I made half the build be on top of the water and the other half be under, but I put it in a pool and it was really odd to say the least. But this one I didn't decorate as much on the inside because I made it a rental and I actually added some like what do you call it, like rocks and fish and coral and stuff like that. So it's a little bit different, and I'm really kind of happy with how it turned out. So yeah, definitely let me know your thoughts and opinions. I should probably also link that other build if you want to check it out. I do like the look of the other build for the exterior, um, and I feel like if I had more time and motivation, I probably would have made it a bit more like that, but I didn't want to copy it too much. So yeah, I kind of let it be for a bit, and just let it kind of end up how I made it. So yeah, that's kind of how I got this going. I also didn't have any like particular shell or anything like that. I just kind of made it the way it is right now. I do adjust it a little bit, but I was just having fun playing around with it and making it fun and different and weird and whatnot. So I hope you like the weird shapes that I've got going on because I wanted to make it a little bit different. I didn't want it to be just a cube. And I think that's one really big thing that people who are struggling with, like, who continually just make cubes, do make the cube, but then just put a little bump out here and put a little bump out there and, add a basically like a feature wall. It's not actually a wall, it doesn't do anything, but it's purely aesthetic and maybe it holds up the roof, like in if it were a real build in real life. Like, it's just fun, weird things like that. Mm, yeah, that's pretty much this build. Um, and I did it maybe a month ago. I'm trying to figure out, no, like a month and a half ago. That's why I'm like a little bit like I'm not really sure what I did. And I checked on it this morning, and that's kind of how I know I wanted to make it a rental because it is a little bit blank. Um, but yeah, with a rental, you wouldn't really have a lot going on. I've also decided not to like fully furnish it and clutter it because I know a lot of people who want to download builds and play with them, they're like, well, I can't play them because it's so overcluttered. So this is absolutely not if you would like to play with it. Um, in fact, you might have to add your own art on the walls. It's that uncluttered. But yeah, other than that, it's a pretty simple chill build and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. So definitely let me know your thoughts. Oh, apologies, I did not mean to yawn. But it is a one bedroom, one bathroom home in the water, or in and on the water. And yeah, it's kind of a replication or a redesign of the previous one I've done. I haven't looked at that build in so long, so it's definitely been a while. Um, and yeah, I don't know, it's interesting. I can also see in that screenshot that there's another build behind it, but I don't get to that build until 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 videos later. I must have had these builds like pre-done. I was really on top of things when I started this. That's pretty insane. Um, because yeah, for years after that, I've been struggling with actually, I guess, keeping up and on top of things. But this build here is one of them that I did not have to worry about because, like I said, I finished it a month and a half ago, and it was a good thing I did because I haven't finished any other builds since. I've got a lot of builds started, but I haven't finished any of them. I have. If you've been hanging out with me on Twitch, then you will know some of these builds. But I've got a penthouse in the new Lovestruck world. It's kind of interesting and fun. And then I've got a city block that I've been working on. And then I recently worked on it was a build inspired by, what do you call it? Oh, the Pokemon, the evolutions. So that one's not finished, but oops, clicking random things. Yeah, there's some townhouses that I worked on. So yeah, if you want to see me work on builds live, I would definitely recommend dealing with that. Not dealing with that, sorry. Hanging out for that. That's what I was. Yeah, because I do a lot of building over there, but I also play some other games. At the moment, it's currently Minecraft, but it used to be Supermarket Sim and Power Wash Sim, and I will play them again one day. Don't get me wrong. Like, if you enjoy those games, I'd definitely play them again. I just I'm taking a little break from them because I went a little too hard at them, and yeah, that's okay. But yeah, for now, the obsession is Minecraft, and I do that once a week. But then the other two streams I do Sims, and I'm potentially gonna be moving my schedule, like increasing it. I'm not entirely sure just because I still have uni, but after uni I might be increasing it, which I'm excited about. I think it'd be really fun to hang out with you guys more often. Um, and yeah, with like I have the big project that I'm working on that I've mentioned a couple times already with thousands of builds. Thankfully it's just over 1,000. It's not like 3, 4, 5,000. But still thousands of builds, and it's gonna take me a very long time. But I'm very excited for it. And can't wait to actually get started because I haven't actually started that yet. I haven't done a single build for it because there's so many builds currently on my plate that I've wanted to do and I've just done, and I've got a collab that I need to work on that I haven't started. Um, but yeah, just a lot going on. So hopefully I can get a lot of these builds done because I'm thinking about changing the schedule for them. And it's going to be a lot of work, but I'm very excited for it. So yeah, if you are curious, make sure to sub because yeah, it's going to be a really big challenge and not challenge, a really big project. That's the word I was looking for, and I'm very, very, very excited for it. In fact, I do have a spreadsheet that I've been working on for it, and apparently I'm only 20% of the way through it. Because I have a lot of information in here, but one of the pieces of information is the inspiration. And then the other one that I'm putting in is the like what I'm actually going to be building based off that particular inspo. And I've only put in 25.76% of the inspiration and 20.29% of the actual like what I'm building, the lots. So, you know, it's a very big project. I've started 0 of them, but I'm very, very, very excited to actually get in and get it done. So yeah, very keen for that. Um, but this is going to take over my life for the next probably 3 years, depending on how long. I mean, to be honest, it could take 19 years, but I'm not taking 19 years to do this project. I'm going to try and get it done quicker because I don't want to overwhelm myself, and I do want to actually get this project done in the foreseeable future. So that is the goal, and I think it'll be fun and exciting. I also have no idea what I'm doing, so in this build. Please excuse any of the weird decisions I've made. But I think it's worth it, whatever I do. Anyway, yeah, so that project is gonna be huge. And I'm gonna have to take a break every February for the A to Z challenge, which makes the challenge, not the A to Z challenge, makes the project, makes it's gonna last longer because I'm taking off months to deal with them. So yeah, it's interesting to say the least. I also have no idea if this is playable. So I apologize for anyone who wants to play with this and can't because I made this unplayable. I just realized that. I don't playtest. I'm terrible with playtesting. So if you are a person who wants playtesting, I'm sorry, I'm not the person to do that. I'm absolutely horrendous at doing it. I probably done it once in my entire like life. Yeah, I couldn't figure out what I was trying to say there. Yeah, in my entire life, I probably playtested once. But I feel like there's a build that I for sure want to do, or I am doing in the future that I think I have to playtest for this collab. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see if I playtest it. I should. I really should. Um, Apologies if you could hear that bird. Apparently there was birds on the roof. Cool. Anyway, if you don't know what the A to Z challenge is, it is a challenge I run every year from July to December. Technically July till February, but ignore that. You get a new letter each week. I believe we are in week I never know. Every video you watch it when I'm talking about it, I'm like, I believe we're in this week. I don't know, and I have to check, but I'm pretty sure we're in week I, which reminds me I have to schedule J, K, and L at least so that I'm not forgetting to post them. Let me just write that down. So yeah, the A to Z is basically, yeah, you get a letter and you choose whether or not you want to do a build, a room build, or a sim. You can do a room and a sim, or 2 rooms and 2 sims. You could do 2 sims and a build, or you could just do one of whatever one you want. I'm not really fussed with what you do, and it's up to you how many times you enter. Like, well, okay, I should rephrase that. It's up to you how many weeks you participate in. That's what I'm trying to say. If you want to participate in week A only, then you can absolutely do that. If you want to do all of the easy letters, then absolutely go wild. It's really up to you guys about what you want to participate in, what you don't want to participate in. If you just want to check it out, whatever, it doesn't matter. And you also don't need to have like all the packs or anything like that. Really up to you guys what you want to participate in and how, yeah, how often and what you do and how big or small it is. Um, it's just a fun little challenge to kind of shift your mind a bit, I guess. It's not quite the right word, but you know, getting you to think outside the box and go, okay, well, you know, what could I do for the letter Q? Q is really hard. And maybe you don't come up with a letter for Q, but maybe you come up with some other ideas that you never thought of. Um, and it's just a fun little challenge that is supposed to help you not be as overwhelmed with life and building and stress and oh, I have to fit it in this shell or whatever. It's really free reign, and I know for some people that can be overwhelming. Um, but yeah, if you want ideas, I put ideas on my Instagram. I take the posts from Instagram and Discord. If you're looking for Discord, I do have it linked down below. Um, and yeah, I think it would be pretty fun and interesting to see you guys do. I've had some pretty cool entries already. And if you're worried about entries in December, I understand that people are very busy then. For December, you can do it at any point in December. I even kind of extend it into January because I don't even look at the posts, like I don't put them together myself at that time anyway. So it's kind of like whatever, it doesn't matter. You just get it in before I tour them in February basically. And they're all difficult letters too. Yeah, it's W, X, Y, and Z. So, good luck with those builds. And that's why I kind of give extra time for those ones. I could with letters like Q as well, but I don't, because it's just easier to have it every week. But yeah, that's the challenge. I do it. So the reason why I was talking about the other project, apologies if you can hear the dogs in the background. But in the other project, I said I need to get rid of February. Well, like I can't do this project in February, is because I do this challenge in 26 days in February. So yeah, that I tour it all in February as well. So for 26 days, I do. I pre-build. I'm not gonna lie, I pre-build. I don't do them in 26 days, but I it's a lot of work trying to get 26 days worth of content out. And the past two times that I've done it, I have been doing some of the builds the night before that they're due, especially the later ones. But I'm hoping with this, with uni finishing like completely, I will have half of October, all of November, and December to get started on the hopefully the first 2 months of builds, which will be January will be the project, and then February will be the A to Z challenge, and maybe March. I'm really hoping to get into like March, and hopefully be able to schedule a bunch of things. I think it'd be really, really cool to get right far and advanced ahead, um, and just yeah, get a lot of builds done. At the moment, I've done absolutely none of them, but I have come up with a massive list of them, and I believe the list that I've come up with takes me till the end of the year. End of next year, sorry, not this year. This year I have no idea what I'm doing. I've still got to do builds for this year, which is sort of the stressful bit of like, okay, I need to do multiple builds. But I'm hoping that because I am a little bit ahead in my schedule now, I believe I said I have 3 builds in the background. Technically I have 4, but the fourth one that I have I lost because it glitched out and now I can't even access it. So I don't know if I'll share it because I can't share the build. I'm still deciding on that, but I could try and recreate it, but I really don't know if that's worth it because it was a shell and the tour dates have already passed. So I'm still kind of deciding about that, and hopefully it'll be fine if I do it again. But anyway, yeah, the I've got 3 builds. One of them is going to take multiple videos because it's a massive town hangout square zone. I don't know what the right word is, but it's multiple townhouses in a kind of a U-shaped. But they're not just townhouses. Like one of them is a hotel that's quite big, and one of them is actually the rest of them are housing. One of them's a hotel, and the rest of them are housing. I probably should do one as like a shop. Now that I think about it, at least like have one little shop going on. But the rest are housing, and then I've got the EV townhouses that I started on, and I have only done the exterior. I spent 4.5 hours, I think, on them yesterday, and I've only done the exterior of probably 8 of and that's not even complete exterior too. That's like majority of the exterior, but not the finer details. So it's gonna be a big build as well. And then the last one is the penthouse that I was telling you guys about. And that one will probably take a couple of videos as well, depending on how long I take to build it. But yeah, it's kind of fun and exciting to have builds in the background like that I can work on. But I really need to finish at least one of them because I don't have a finished build for the next video. I'll probably work on the what do I call it? The apartment, the penthouse. Because that one's probably the closest to being finished. And even if I don't 100% finish it, it's okay because I've got enough that it won't matter that it's not 100% finished, if that makes sense. Um, and it gives me more time to continue to work on it in the background for the next set of videos and whatnot. I'm not going to try and guess how many videos it's going to take up because every time I do, I get it wrong. And it's like enormously wrong. I thought one video was going to be 4 and then it turned out to be 6. And I thought one was going to be 2 and it turned out to be 4. Like, I think I'm always 2 videos off. I'm not even going to try and guess because, yeah, I'm definitely going to get it wrong. And I just don't want to tell you guys one thing and then have something else be the truth. So, yeah, I just know that those 3 are going to be multiple videos, and I'm very keen to get these builds out. Also, for the project next year, I can't do the builds in multiple parts, so what I'm going to do is just cut out sections that are tedious. So, like, let's say there's a garden and I'm doing like a garden patch. I'll probably cut out me placing all the individual fruit items or the vegetable items so that it's not overwhelming. And yeah, just stuff like that so that I can make it into one video. Which I don't really do, if I'm perfectly honest with you guys. Like, put I don't like cutting stuff out because when I watch videos and people cut stuff out, I'm like, oh, I really wanted to see that, and so I don't want others to feel the same way. I don't want them to feel like, oh, well, you just cut them out, and now like the one thing I came to see, I couldn't see, and now I don't know how to do that. So yeah, that's kind of what I would like to do. Not not cut these things out for you guys, so that I can make sure that if you want to see anything, you can. But, if I ever do cut stuff out and you want to know how I did it, definitely comment down below that video and be like, hey, I saw you did this and I really liked it, but I don't know how you did it. Could you like let me know? I'll absolutely let you know. I'm not interested in gatekeeping what I do, I guess. I definitely want people to have access to all the different ideas and things like that. And in fact, a lot of the things that I come up with that I think are fun and creative and cool are usually other people's stuff that I've kind of like they've done something and I'm like, oh, that's a cool idea, and I kind of make it my own, I guess. So like in Freshy's one of his builds, he did a shower where he used different items and shrunk down the shower so it looked like the water was coming out of, I think it was a lamppost and a bowl that made it look like a shower head, and it was really, really cool. And so I took that idea of like, oh, you can shrink down the shower and it still works and make it something else. So I did that. I used different items to him, but shrinking down the shower and yeah, just making it something different I thought was really smart of him. So yeah, I think for sure definitely ask if you want to know how I did certain things because I'm more than happy to share. But yeah, we're getting close to the end of this build. There's really not much clutter. There's no art anyway. It's really simple, really plain. And I did that kind of on purpose because I wanted to keep it, yeah, like I said, simple, plain, boring, um, nothing fancy, just fun place to hang out and stay and something different, I guess. So yeah, definitely let me know your thoughts of this build down below. Let me know if you don't like how uncluttered it is, if you would have preferred me to clutter it up a little bit more or add some more texture, detail, whatever. Because I'm always interested in your feedback. Yeah, I think it's important. So yeah, definitely let me know down below. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you guys hopefully in the next one, which should be the Love Struck Pen. I believe it should be. But anyway, thank you so much. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.